Is New York City being rebranded as a laboratory for the American socialist experiment? Mayor Zohran Mamdani is making headlines for launching a new commission on government efficiency, an idea that sounds remarkably like the one popularized by Elon Musk, but if you look at the fine print, the reality is far more controversial than the name suggests. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you get the updates you need in this volatile political climate. So, here's what is actually going on. Mayor Mamdani claims his new commission, or COJ, is designed to find ways to make the city work smarter, faster, and more effectively. He has promised that New Yorkers deserve a government as careful with their money as they are themselves. On the surface, the rhetoric sounds like standard, responsible governance. But the moment you peek behind the curtain, you see a completely different picture. The man tapped to chair this commission is Patrick Gaspard, a longtime Democratic operative and a former president of the Open Society Foundation, a massive network founded by George Soros. This isn't just a random appointment. It follows a direct, face-to-face meeting between Mamdani and Alex Soros, the son of George Soros, at his Manhattan residence. When you connect those dots, the mission of efficiency starts to look a lot more like a consolidation of power for the progressive movement. The commission is tasked with reviewing the entire New York City charter. They have the mandate to overhaul bureaucratic barriers, modernize agencies, and influence how the city spends its money. But consider the lineup of the committee members themselves. It's a who's who of deep blue activism. You have people like Susan Kong, a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, and Theodore Moore, a progressive leader who has centered his career on worker power and climate justice. What's the glaring omission? There isn't a single Republican on this commission. Not one. When you are talking about the financial and administrative future of the largest city in the United States, excluding an entire political segment of your constituents doesn't exactly scream bipartisan efficiency. Republican City Council member Joe Borelli took to social media to point out the obvious irony, asking why he hadn't been invited, and rightly noting that the administration is discovering a hard truth. When you try to run a city on socialist ideology, you inevitably realize that the government itself is the biggest obstacle to the very growth you need to pay for your programs. This feels less like a hunt for waste and more like a tactical attempt to cement a progressive vision into the city's charter before the next election cycle. By holding 10 public hearings and pushing proposals to the November ballot, Mamdani is banking on the idea that if he controls the narrative of efficiency, he can push his agenda past the voters under the guise of fiscal responsibility. The question we have to ask ourselves is simple. Can a commission built by activists, funded by the public, and chaired by a Soros-linked operative ever truly provide the neutral, objective oversight that New York City actually needs? Or is this just another layer of bureaucracy designed to expand the size and scope of local government while pretending to cut it down? The irony of using efficiency as the framing for a group that has historically championed massive government spending and intervention is not lost on the critics, and it shouldn't be lost on the taxpayers footing the bill. We are watching a classic political pivot here. Whenever an administration feels the heat for high taxes or failing services, they launch a commission to show they are doing something. But when that commission is filled with ideologues who have never had to balance a private sector ledger, the result is almost always more of the same. So, I want to hear from you. Do you believe this Commission on Government Efficiency is a genuine attempt to fix NYC's broken, expensive bureaucracy, or is it just a political distraction designed to hide a radical agenda? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to know where you stand on this. As we move toward November, keep a very close eye on what this commission actually proposes. If the goal is truly modernizing government, the proof will be in the actual cost savings for the average New Yorker, not in the resumes of the people sitting at the table. Stay tuned, stay informed, and we will keep holding the powerful accountable right here.